So writing task 2 is the essay portion. You'll have about 40 minutes if you allocate your time correctly. It asks you to write at least 250 words. However, usually you should write around 270 to 300. If you're writing about 250, you may not have enough words to describe what you need to talk about. So what is in this portion of the exam? Let's look at the marking scheme again. Now, the great thing about the marking scheme is that all three of them are very similar. If you compare this writing task 2 marking scheme to what we just looked at for writing task 1, it's 99% the same. Grammatical range and accuracy is the same. Lexical resource or vocabulary is the same. Coherence and cohesion is the same. The only thing that is a little bit different is in the task achievement part. In the task achievement, they're going to ask you primarily for two main things. One is you need to identify how many things you need to do. And secondly is an opinion or non-opinion question. Every single time, you will be tasked to do 1, 2, or 3 things. Never 4, never more. So you need to identify how many things you need to answer. If you can identify that, you'll be fine. Then, like I said, is an opinion or non-opinion question. If you fail to do any of these, as an example, if they ask you to answer 3 questions, but you only answer 2, you will score 5 or less for task achievement. If they ask you to answer in an opinion way and you answer in a non-opinion fashion, then you will automatically score 5 or less for task achievement. This is the #1 issue or difficulty IELTS students or test candidates have when writing the essay portion. So let's take a look at a sample question so you can get a better idea about what I'm talking about. So if we take a look, here is a question. It says, too much emphasis is placed on testing these days. The need to prepare for tests and examinations is a restriction on teachers and also exerts unnecessary pressure on young learners. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So let me know, you guys are so smart. Let me know in the chat room, how many questions do you need to answer? Do you need to answer 1, 2, or 3 questions, do you think? Give you a bit of time to reread it. Johnson says 1. Melody 1, 1. Got lots of 1s. 1 question mark. 2. Oh, the first one with a 2. 3, 2, 2. It seems like some of you like to copy each other. There was a whole bunch of 1s and a whole bunch of 2s. Okay. So for this question, you need to answer 2 things. Is this a restriction on teachers? And secondly, does it exert unnecessary pressure on young learners? So those are the 2 questions you need to answer. As long as you answer these 2 questions, and then you can identify whether or not it's an opinion or non-opinion question, you will score 6 or higher for task achievement. Now, let's get to the second part. Is this a personal opinion question or a non-opinion question? Let me know what you think in the chat room. Lots of opinions. Okay. Okay. I can't trick you. Fine. You win this one. It clearly says, to what extent do you agree or disagree? Exactly. So it's an opinion question. Very good. If you look at the sample introductory paragraph, what they've done is they've paraphrased or they've rephrased the question in a way that you can still understand it. The idea that evaluations have become a limitation on instructors. This is a paraphrase of restriction on teachers. Unneeded stress on youngsters. We have unnecessary, unneeded pressure, stress, young learners, youngsters. So when you write your introductory paragraph, try to rephrase it without copying a lot of the vocabulary. And then they clearly state their personal opinion, which is exactly what they asked for when it says, to what extent do you agree or disagree? If you can do that, then you'll score 6 or higher for task achievement. Excellent. All right. So very, very good of you. Any questions about writing task 2, please let me know. Obviously, there's lots more to digest in the body paragraphs and conclusion.